Hi guys! So, it has been a hot minute since I last uploaded a video. It has been almost 2 years, which I can't actually really wrap my head around. The last video that I put on this channel was in May 2018 and we are now in, well, we actually are now in April 2020. This is the 1st of April. And yeah, it's been a while. I've actually been planning to come back to YouTube for a couple months now. Round about Christmas, New Year time, I thought I really want to get back into making content. I want to get back on my channel because, you know, up until sort of mid 2017, I was making like 2 videos a week, pretty much. At least 1 video, but usually 2 because I was doing Once Upon a Time reviews and then trying to kind of work in other things, so it wasn't only that. So a lot of the time it was 2 videos a week, and then we got to mid 2017 and I took a little bit of a break, so I think I was away for about 6 months, and then I came back in 2018 with my 30 Before 30 series. Nearly got to the end of that. That was meant to be a Vida situation where I filmed 30 videos in 30 days. That was in April. Strange to actually think that that's 2 years since I started that series, but I almost completed that challenge. I think I did 26 videos, 26 or 27. I didn't finish the whole thing, and I was going to start this video with a whole kind of reasoning about where I've been and why I, you know, dropped off YouTube and whatever, but to be perfectly honest, there's not one sort of really set in stone reason. There were a couple of things. One was my braces. It really did have an impact, and I didn't think to begin with that it would, and I had this whole plan that I was going to do, like film the whole process and talk about that, and it's odd because in real life, when I had the kind of clear braces on, clear wire and the clear brackets, and so they were so subtle, and in real life they were actually really hard to see, and I didn't really think anything of it on a day-to-day basis. I was going to work, I was, you know, going about and meeting people and going out socially and whatever, never thinking about it. But the minute that I sat down in front of this camera, I was so self-conscious. I felt like I was talking really weird. I kept feeling like I was stumbling over my words. I just hated it, and I just made the decision at that point that I was like, okay, don't put yourself through this, just have your braces on. They were only on for 5 months, but have them on, get through that, and then reassess. And then, you know, September came, the braces came off, and I just was completely out of the habit. But I really miss it. I miss being on YouTube, and I miss the kind of community and the chats that I used to get to have with the people who regularly watched my videos down in the comments. And it's, as I say, something that's sort of post New Year sort of time, I was starting to think, I'll need to have a think about what I'm going to come back with. And then kind of the first couple of months of the year disappeared, and suddenly we got to March and the world as we know it completely changed. So, coronavirus. If we could have had a time travel machine and gone back 6 months and told ourselves then that this is what our world was going to look like in March/April 2020, or earlier for other countries, I don't think we would have believed it, because to be perfectly honest, it's, you know, we're like 3 weeks, well, for us kind of at the moment properly 3 weeks in now, week 2 of official lockdown and week 3 of the kind of proper social distancing stuff being implemented, and I think we still haven't got our heads around it. It's been a very surreal and scary and strange time, I think, for everybody. I think it's affected everybody in one way or another. I mean, it's obviously affected our day-to-day lives in terms of the restrictions of where we can and can't go and what we can do, and we're all kind of, unless you're a key worker, who, thank goodness for you guys, working for the NHS or delivery services, or supermarket staff or whatnot, thank goodness just for you guys. We appreciate you so much, or I certainly appreciate you so much. But yeah, so other than that, we're all obviously staying at home, and that's been a massive change. But aside from that, from the kind of work at home situation, it's affected people's health, it's affected people's families, it's affected people's businesses, things like weddings and christenings and births and funerals and huge things that are massive points in people's lives are being completely and utterly disrupted, and it's like something out of a really nightmarish film. I think the first kind of proper week of social distancing, it felt very odd, but it didn't really hit home, I don't think. until lockdown, and you're watching these new televised, news bulletins and conferences with government where they're telling you like you cannot leave your home unless you have one of these very few very specific reasons. You've to just stay home, and it did feel like some sort of like apocalyptic film that you can't imagine that this is real. So this video doesn't really, I'm sure you'll have guessed by now, have a point. It's not something, I'm not starting off by, giving a list of my top tips on how to cope, because to be perfectly honest, I think we're all just having to do our own thing right now. I think there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet saying, do this and be super productive, and do that and that'll distract you, or, talk about this, or talk about it all the time so that you get it out of your system, or don't talk about it at all because it's overwhelming you. Like, there's so many different pieces of advice floating about out there, and to be honest, I think at this point we just need to do whatever feels right for us. And so if that means that if you're able to work from home and do a little bit of work, if that means get that done and then like curl up in bed with like your favourite like comfort food TV show, I think that's what you've got to do. Or if you're someone who kind of thrives on that productivity and you're able to kind of push through that, good for you, go for it. But yeah, so this video isn't really sort of tips or anything, it's really just a reintroduction to say, hello, I'm planning on coming back. I don't have a structure or a schedule for that at the moment. I haven't given any thought to, I'm not going to come on here and sit and say, oh, I'm going to start doing 3 videos a week, or, I'm going to post on a Monday this type of video and a Friday this type of video. I haven't really thought that far ahead. To be honest, I just felt like having a chat. So a sort of vague update on me and where I'm at the moment. I went freelance, as I say, in May 2018, and so I will have been freelance for 2 years very soon, which is insane. And it's been amazing. It's been a very stressful roller coaster, a huge learning curve, but something that I'm very grateful that I've done. And although at the moment being freelance and self-employed has been very daunting, most of my work is in-person training, so obviously that's all been cancelled and postponed for the moment, which the first couple of weeks, I'll admit, it was very scary and stressful, but thankfully now that we're a bit more aware of what the government plans are to help for self-employed people, and if you're a small business owner and you're kind of struggling with that, hopefully it's taken a weight off your shoulders. It's certainly taken a bit of a weight off mine, because in this like wholly unprecedented time, having that kind of backup and knowing what's happening is really useful. I know that's not, I know it's not working out for everybody, and I'm so sorry if this is a situation that I've seen people on various Facebook groups that I'm in that have maybe started a business in the past 5 months or so, and so they don't have a tax return from the previous year, which means that you may not be eligible for the strategies that they're putting in place, and various sort of loopholes and issues like that mean that things might be more difficult for you. And if that's the case, then my heart's breaking for you. I'm so sorry. This is just an awful time, and all I can say is that I really hope that you're managing to hold up okay, and that you've got support, and that if you are struggling, you reach out for support and encouragement from people around you. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself in whatever ways that you can. But yeah, so my business is definitely affected at the moment. As I say, the majority of the work that I love doing and that I have been really putting my all into getting for the next few months has all been in-person, face-to-face training. I've got a couple of clients that I still do management work for, so I'm able to carry on with a little bit of that. And I'm 100% available if anyone who's watching this has a small business or knows someone who has a small business who could be doing with a little bit of help and advice in terms of social media at the moment. My email address will be in the description box down below. Please feel free to drop me a message and we can have a chat, because I'd love to see how I could help. But yeah, other than that, I'm kind of just plodding along and trying to stay as positive as I can. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I hope that you're holding up all right. As I say, I've not been on here for a while, so if you are a long-time viewer, if you were someone who subscribed before and used to watch my videos, please comment down below and let me know how you're doing, not just in terms of the current situation, but just in life in general, because I'd love to have a catch up, hear how you've been getting on, and as I say, I hope that you're all kind of holding up as well as can be expected. If there's anything in particular that you would like me to make a video about, let me know. I did an IGTV video on my work Instagram, which I'll link in the description box down below, but I did that last week, and it was just talking about some like very comforting, spirit lifting TV shows on Netflix, my old kind of style content, but I thought I'd just do that as something a bit different on my work account. And I did that on IGTV last week, so if that's something that you fancy having a look at, just 10 recommendations for some of my favourite Netflix shows that kind of give you a bit of a lift and a bit of a boost. You can go over there and have a look at that. So I might do some videos along those lines, some kind of TV recommendations, feel good things to help cheer you up during this time. I also want to do some book videos. I've got a book video planned. That's the only thing that I know that I'm going to actually make a video on, that I've already got like properly planned in my head, of like just one of my current favourite authors. So I'm going to do that hopefully in the next couple of days and get that up as soon as possible. I also would like to find a way to still do the video that I had planned to kind of come back with, which was 100% outside of anything I've ever filmed before, but what I'd kind of been thinking about coming back with was a video called my low-key fitness routine, because since we last spoke all that time ago in 2018, I have become a regular gym goer, and not just that, like a regular gym goer who really enjoys going to the gym. I can't believe if anyone had ever told me that we were going to go into lockdown due to a global pandemic and one of the things I was going to miss the most was going to the gym, I would have been horrified and in disbelief at the pandemic situation, and I would have laughed my head off at the gym thing. I don't know what happened. It was December 2018, it was 2 days before Christmas, and I got a notion to go to the gym, and I did, and since then something just clicked. I can't explain it. I don't know who I am. It's the biggest sort of weirdest turnaround for me, but I do really love it. And I'm not doing crazy, mad, intense workouts. I need to actually add a lot to what I'm doing. I really want to, when we can get back to normality, hopefully, start working on a lot more weights and stuff. It's mainly kind of just cardio. But what I want to do is basically just make a video saying, like, if you are like what I was for my whole life, and that is someone who hates the idea of going to the gym and working out, this is like the most super basic, laid back routine, and it's just basically going to be kind of like my tips for, I don't know what the initial motivation was, which doesn't help, but my tips for sustaining that, which I thought might be kind of vaguely interesting if any of you are like me and or like what I was before and have no interest in it. So yeah, I might still do that. I also want to do a writing update video because I am nearly finished. To be honest, I'm kind of nearly finished both of the novels that I started. One of them is on the back burner at the moment because of issues that I have in terms of ending it. Basically, I've realised that this is not a single book. This is like probably a 4-novel series. Like it could go on, and because of that, I've kind of put it on the back burner because I'm like, how do I even go about ending this? And then the other one that I've come back to, I'm really loving at the moment and loving sort of trying to get myself a bit lost in it, and so I want to do a bit of an update on that. But yeah, so TV stuff, writing stuff, freelance stuff. I want to talk a bit about my kind of freelance journey, how I found it, bits of advice that I've kind of picked up along the way, the kind of pros and cons, all that kind of usual stuff. So if there's anything along those lines as well that you would find interesting, in terms of working for yourself, being self-employed, running your own business, comment below and let me know, and I'll try and come up with something for you. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. This is just a rambly chat, and I hope that you got something out of it. But it was really nice to sit down and chat to the camera again. I've missed it. And yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to go on for too long. I'll try and be a little bit concise in comparison to my old like half-hour videos. But yeah, I hope you're holding up okay. I'm sending you so much love. Stay safe, and I'll be back soon.